Hello, hello. I know it's always abrupt, so I'm trying to ease my way into saying hello. Oh, I still have my Bluetooth on. That's how I know the Bluetooth is still on. Awesome, awesome. I hope everyone's having a great Saturday night. My name is William, and my speakers on. Hello, Alibaba. Hello, Pam. Welcome to my so-called life. I hope everybody's having a good evening. It's been a crazy day. Hello. I've been doing a lot of running around. It was it was raining today, so I stuck closer to my house and I was not disappointed. I found two sewing machines, nothing that's too vintage, but I found something that I've been looking for a long time. So I'm definitely stoked that I found something that I was looking for. I'm gonna pull that out in a second. Awesome, awesome. What else? I haven't decided tonight if I'm gonna make a Klingon flag or if I'm gonna make a red shirt. I might make both. Yay! Hello, Joy. Great to see you. Great to see you. I'm laughing because I went to Hobby Lobby today and it was a debacle. It was funny. It was more like slapsticky funny, but it was funny. But it was raining, so I figured I'd stay close to my house because I couldn't imagine driving on the freeway with all the crazy people. So I stayed in my neighborhood with all the crazy people. Red shirt. Well, red shirt is faster to make than the flag. Awesome, awesome. So I have a one vote for the red shirt. Hello, Joy. Great to see you. Great to see you. Let's see what else. I was not disappointed at all, and I'm gonna pull that sewing machine out in a second. But really quickly, before I get into everything I picked today, this program is for entertainment purposes only, and its content is not intended to malign any religion, race, company, individual, or wigs. All opinions expressed by my so called life and program participants are solely their personal views and do not reflect the views of every single human being on planet Earth. I hope everybody has a good evening, and I want you to remember the dude just wanted his rug back. Welcome to my so-called life. You know what? I'm gonna grab the sewing machine that I picked today. Captain's log sewing date. I've noticed using a touch and sew turns a Neanderthal into a Romulan. You know what? I'm let's timestamp that 6:31. I need this as a t-shirt. I need this thing right here as a t-shirt. Awesome. Awesome. Let's see. Oh, okay. Before I get to the sewing machines, let me show off. So, um, I like to deviate. I even asked the lady, I was like, hey, is this red? Because I know it's going to create controversy, but what color is this? Nothing makes me feel more colorblind than presenting solid fabric on YouTube. But I bought this for the red shirt, but I also want to use it for the Klingon flag. And I know there's going to be enough leftover material because the insignia is what's red, the back is white, and I've inverted the colors. So I got this from Hobby Lobby. It was hilarious. When I walked up, I grabbed the bolt, I put it on the counter. Excuse me. There was some guy minding his own business. That's fine. I'm not kidding you. The manager of Hobby Lobby, she came out from under the counter like a vampire. I am not kidding you. I want to see the footage. I want to see that beautiful bean footage of her literally like, how may I help you? Are we making red flags? Well, you don't have to make one when you are one giant one. Maybe that's what I should make, is just a giant red flag. I was gonna make a Klingon flag. The original colors, I really didn't like the original colors, so I inverted them. Um, Great to see you, Sarah, by the way. By the way. So that's where the black, white, and red Klingon insignia came from, was me changing the colors around. Great to see you, Seraphim. You're missed. You're missed. All right. So before I get to the sewing machines, we're gonna have a reveal early. Okay, so I know I show my age all the time. I know I do. Constantly talk about how old I am. Well, I hint at it. But recently I was watching a Bobby Brown video, and I believe it's from 1989. Well, it has to be from like that era. Long story short, I have recreated the Bobby Brown jacket, but instead of it, the arm saying Bobby, it says sewing. And because this is the house of sewing, I'm going to show it to you. But let me grab that real quick. Yay. Hello, Sarah. Hello, hello. I'm just happy I'm not the old. So I watched a lot of MTV as a kid. I watched a lot of MTV. So I don't know what's taking me this long, is a sentence I say all the time, but I don't know what's taking me this long to make the Bobby Brown shirt. So I'm stoked. Let me grab that. Hey, how's it going? Hey, great to see you. Great to see you, Gilly. Awesome. Awesome. Ollie, we might have to have an age off one day. Like they used to have the pose off in wrestling. See, I'm showing my age again. I'm showing my age. So I copied the Bobby Brown t-shirt. I'm gonna keep this shirt on. I'm gonna spare you guys the having no shirt, but I kind of really like how it turned out. I have a coat that I was married in and divorced in, and it sat in my closet for a very long time. And I was really disappointed when I found a moth hole in it. I was like, what am I going to do with this coat? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to add sequins to it. So let me grab it. Let me switch the angle really quick. And really, I'm copying something that I saw on MTV. I watched the video today just to make sure. Yay. Hello, everybody. Awesome. Awesome. Bobby Brown shirt with MC. There you go. How's it going, Native? I was wondering where you were. So I copied a Bobby Brown jacket, actually. Oh. Oh, that's awesome. Oh. So in the Bobby Brown video, he has Bobby on the arm of the jacket. Yeah, hello, hello. YouTube can't handle shirtless. I've been doing push-ups, so this summer I'm gonna do the LL Cool J Don't Call It a Comeback video. Everybody, thanks for the love. Awesome, awesome. Great to see everybody. Native, great to see you. Awesome. I think he has hammer pants. I have quite a few. Do you know I've made 3 videos about hammer pants? That's the only reason I haven't made the 4th yet. But I really stoked for what I did to this shirt because this totally, and you know, I checked. Bobby Brown did not have sequins. But I wanted people to be able to see this. Is my excuse. Yay. I think I might make a 4th hammer pants video because I am stuck in that era. But this is my interpretation. I still fit in this jacket. So instead of it saying Bobby, it says sewing. If I have to go to court, I'm gonna wear that. I actually have 2 of these jackets. This brings me back. I copied this from a Bobby Brown video because I'm a bit of a MTV old school geek. I'm stuck in an era that doesn't exist anymore. But I love how this jacket came out. Thank you, Joy. Oh, that's ready for another wedding. That is true. If I ever do get married, um, they're gonna have to really like sewing. But the video came on, and you know what? I have these weird moments of I can do that. I can do that. I can definitely do that. So I was falling on my tail, and you know what? The funny thing is, this feel it looks good. I almost took the sleeve off. I did all these crazy things, and then I stuck the appliques on, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I have a press." So I lined them all up in place. I pressed the press down, and voila. Awesome. I just have the song stuck in my head now. Thank you. Thank you. I sound like Miley Cyrus. I have a cold. Oh, she sounded like that without smoke. Well, she probably did smoke a million cigarettes. I live in LA. She's known for smoking. Allegedly, allegedly. Needs a hat to go with that. Absolutely. Should I go? I watched a lot of Dynasty as a kid, or should I say my mother watched a lot of Dynasty? And should I go with the cowboy hat instead of JR? I'm GS. Oh, that's perfect. Now I'm ready for a wedding. Oh. Oh, that's hilarious. You see, I knew this was going to be awesome. I knew that just by adding the sewing on this coat, it would be awesome. I didn't want to see this coat just disappear. I know a few tricks of the trade to cover up the moth holes, but I really didn't want to let this go by the wayside. And this is Ralph Lauren for anyone who's interested. Oh. Always go with this Stetson. Absolutely. My friend explained to me until my voice is a Disney princess. Now I sound like a seductress. Ooh, there's nothing wrong with that, Sarah. There's nothing wrong with that. Big sewing tycoon. Do you know I want to go to quite a few sewing conventions. And I know my vests are intimidating. In everyday life, I intimidate people until they talk to me and realize I'm a normal person, you know. But I think I might wear this. This might disarm people. I'll wear this whole outfit to a sewing convention. I bet I'll be on every Twitter, every every feed that you could find. Oh, that's so funny. That is hilarious, Joy. It is. Boss sewing. I like that. Boss touch and throw. Oh, good times. Boss sewing instead of boss hog. I love that. I absolutely love that. Wait, you're normal? I feel like you know what's really funny? I no longer know what normal is. So you should just consider yourself the standard and go from there. And if anyone exceeds your weird, then you know you either run away or to them, depending on your tolerance. I'll take this off in a second, but this one's definitely a victory. I love how this came out. And now I feel like I'm in the video. Oh, good times. I like that. I like that, Gilly. I like that. Hey, skids, how's it going? How's it going? Let's see how this looks over here. I'm really loving having a press. Oh, that's perfect. Look how that came out. All from watching a Bobby Brown video. Awesome, awesome. Hello, hello. Hello, how's it going, Skids? How's it going? So I'm stoked. This is oh, so how do you, let's say I want to wash this one day, I'm asking for a friend. How would I go about that? These are on there. Like I used extreme heat to get this on. You've got that thing lined in position beautifully. Thank you. Thank you. I really sat around and thought about this one. This is me literally copying the Bobby Brown video, but it now it became something completely different. You know what? I'll put it on for a second. Also, I watch a show. Oh, let's see if that messed it up or not. No, it didn't. These are sticking on so far. Um, I also watch a show where this guy, he's like on a reality show, and every time they cut to him, he's wearing a blazer that he's upcycled. Every single time. I would dry clean that. That's what I do with my Star Trek uniform. Because it's polyester and I really don't want to mess it up, and I've kept it the same size this long. So, well, the Star Trek uniform, that the one that I have, that's all polyester that I found. You know what? Um, excuse me. Exactly. I would not want to like be mad at my dry cleaner. But regardless, this came out beautiful. All from watching the Bobby Brown video, because I have a playlist. I've been cleaning. I've been going through this weird thing where I didn't want to throw away my Christmas tree, but it's time. It's like 11 or 12 years old. The lights don't light up on it anymore. It's a plastic tree. So I put it in this box. I put it in the back of my truck today. And I was bumping the playlist and I saw that and I was like, you know what? I can recreate that jacket. So I'm stoked. This came out beautiful. And something else happened before I get to my big Lebowski, big Sobowski. What am I, like the big Sobowski or big sewing? But I bought 2 sewing machines today. Not one, but 2. So in a minute, I'm gonna fire this up in a minute. But this first one, um, have you gotten help yet? Have you gotten help yet? Michael Jordan wants to know. Do you know what's really funny? Michael Jordan actually, like, I watch some of the stuff he's talking about now. Michael Jordan is no joke. Like, he'll say something about somebody and he's like, "Oh, they're saying that because they're a loser." And I'm a winner. And I'm like, "Whoa, Mike, whoa, settle down." But Michael Jordan is still no joke. Like, Michael Jordan, I'd be scared to talk to Michael Jordan. He would legitimately just tell me to stop it and get help. Now that would be hilarious. Before I go off, um, I received another original series Starfleet issue patch today, and I have my red shirt patch ready to go. So I asked in the beginning, should I make a red shirt or should I make a Klingon flag? And Alibaba is the only person who voted. So we have one vote for a red shirt. So far I'm gonna be making a red shirt. This first, I have this really weird knack of walking in on half off day, but I think really what it is I walked up and red shirt. Uh-oh, I have a feeling exactly how many oversized coffee mugs do you own? Quite a few. This is my coffee stein. I compromised because I didn't want to buy the world's largest coffee mug because all the reviews on Amazon says that they arrive broken, and my Amazon carriers, the UPS guys, they're football fans. And I don't care if you live in the UK or if you live in America, they take my package and they kick it. Red shirt, another vote for the red shirt. Okay, okay. So I haven't ordered the world's largest coffee mug yet. So um I compromised with the coffee stein. Since you want to make a red flag. All right. So it looks like we have unanimously we're gonna be making the red shirt this evening. Awesome, awesome. Red shirt just asking to get taken out by a phaser. I'm making it for you, Skid. I'm gonna make like 15 of them. We can all walk around huddled. You know what it is? Just if okay, in Star Trek the original series, the only way that you survive as a red shirt is if you're Scotty or if you never leave the ship. Well, even then, the red shirts don't survive. Don't be a red shirt. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So, okay, so the first thrift store I went to was kind of a bust. I videotaped a ton of stuff for a short, and I'm like, what is this? Oh, that's kind of cool that it comes off like that. That's kind of cool. Multi-angle. Brother thought about that. Okay, so I went to quite a few thrift stores. I was walking around, videotaping, minding my own business, and I saw this. And I thought, it wasn't that expensive. So why not? Why not? In a minute, I'm going to throw oil on this and we're going to see if it was a mistake or not. But, oh, first off, this is my new traveling case. I almost crushed my remote. Oh, yikes. Oh, I'm wearing it's throw gas on that in a second if I they were giving them away, Alibaba, and I'm like Doctor Who. I like to take home strays. I'm like Doctor Who. Thank you, Joy. Thank you. And you know what it is? Locally, if they don't sell for a while, there's a certain side of town I never go to because it is quite literally northeast of here, and I'm always going south towards LA. So there's a side of my town that I rarely go to, but there's quite a few thrift stores over there. And today was the day. So I purchased that, and then I saw this. For anyone who was around a year ago, I was calmly waiting for a sewing machine price to go down. There's a particular thrift store that I go to that's way overpriced, but they've learned that if it's under like 30 bucks, I'll probably pay for it. I might wait for the half off day, but they've learned to not rack their price up. But a year ago, this exact bag and machine, somebody wanted like 120 bucks for it. Speaking of Doctor Who, it's Tom Baker's birthday. Awesome. 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 Do you know that's my favorite doctor? That he is the reason why I still keep VHS players in my house because I have a ton of the old BBC tapes. A ton of Tom Baker tapes. I just absolutely love Doctor Who. That bag usually goes for 60. That's awesome. But you know what? Let me see if I have my receipt. Let's see. No, that's my Hobby Lobby receipt. Let me see. I think it might be in my other vest. But let me see if it's this. I keep all my receipts around. I am a auditor's nightmare. But anyway, um I paid 16 bucks. I paid 16 bucks for that. I have never seen a Singer bag. Okay, so a year ago, Joy, neither had I ever, ever. And so I walked up, it was 20 bucks. Let's be 100%. Okay, we're all family here. We know my so-called life is I'm a pirate. I I walked in reeking of something that's legal in my state, and the kid, I'm not kidding you, the kid gave me like a $6 discount because the manager walked up and she was like, I want 24, because they couldn't find the price tag. So they were like 24.99. And the kid kind of looked at her, he looked at me, he said, okay. I put my card in because I walked out of the house without cash today. And he was like, and the price was 16 bucks. I was like, are you okay? He's like, I like you, man. I like you. Thank you. Thank you. I have a bag similar to that. It came with my serger. So you know what's really funny? I'm gonna get the sewing machine going, but I wanted this bag. I'm legitimately going. So, um, I have a few questions. Is this leather? Because if it is, I have leather cleaner. I don't know what is this made out of. This has to be something in that realm to hold up this long. It's got a bit of paint. I hope that's paint on the back. There's a sewing machine in here. I'm gonna pull it out in a second. But I was really stoked because a year ago I walked away from a sewing machine and I never came back because they wanted too much money for it. And honestly, I only wanted the machine for the bag. Wow, 120. I'm gonna travel with this. I'm so stoked. I am so stoked. It's a sewing machine in the bag. It's a mid-sized bazooka. No one. I'm gonna refurbish this bag so I can put clothes in here. I want to travel with this thing. I don't know if I would ever trust TSA. I might take this as a carry-on. I don't know if I'll ever trust TSA with that. Actually, it's funny. I say that. I've actually met quite a few really awesome people that work for the TSA right now and used to. So I'm not going to trash them too hard. Thank you. It was a really good deal. It was. It was. I was shocked. I was shocked. And it's funny, and I'm going to say it, I went to the Salvation Army. And I never go to the Salvation Army. I'm going to make a short, and you'll see in the short, when I originally walk up, I wasn't even looking at this. I was looking at another sewing machine. And you can see in the short, I look up and my brain's like, hey, awesome. I'm not sure what they're made out of because I have leather cleaner, but like I don't want to start rubbing this thing with leather cleaner if it's not leather. I have other stuff I can make it with. I mean, clean it with, but leather cleaner is the best. Let me take this jacket off real quick. Oh, my Miami Vice days are over. All right. Oh, all right. Oh, so I was excited. Our local Salvation Army closed down. That's one of the reasons I like going on that side of town. I rarely get over there. I'm just not on that side of town. And even my job is more north of that, so I'm just nowhere near. So I really got lucky. Says brown vinyl on eBay post for one. So did mine. So it's brown vinyl. Excuse me. Can I use leather cleaner on vinyl? Now I really want to know. And the reason I say that is because leather cleaner makes everything shine, but I don't want to put something that's not intended for it. But now that I know it's vinyl, and as somebody who quit smoking cigarettes almost 6 or 7 years ago, this particular bag is the first one I've come across that does not profusely reek of cigarettes. And I'm really stoked because when I looked up this sewing machine, oh, well, also having the instruction manual right here helps. But this is a 1980 Singer 5144. This machine is this was what Singer presented in 1980. And you know what? It's metal. Everything in here is metal. I don't know if you can see, there's very few plastic parts. Very few plastic parts in this. Oh, sorry. It is. I don't want to dip that in my coffee. Let me pull this down. But this is actually in. Hold on, let me move my mic. I have a ton of stuff. Yeah. But there we go. Hey, Gilroy! It has 2 nylon gears. Awesome. Would you like more plastic parts, Mr. Big? I'm more impressed, that's all. I'm just more impressed. That's all. Great to see you, Kilroy. But this thing is awesome. Oh, it's vinyl. I can tell just by the squeeze. But that's the inside of the bag. And it also came, oh, poor instruction manual. I have a pile of instruction manuals now from the 1800s all the way up until modern day. Yay, how's it going? Does it have a pocket pouch on the inside of the bag? I do not. No, I don't think so. No, it does not have a pocket pouch. I'm going to clean this up and put clothes in here. This is going to be my new bag. And the funny thing is, that was my sinister plot for the other one. And now that I know it's vinyl, I can get that. That's paint. Somebody got paint on here. And I've actually put oil-based paint on things, so I know how to get it off. Yes, there are power cords. Sorry, I have there's a neighbor with a 2-inch pipe on their car, and it sounds like a motorcycle and it's a car. It trips me out every time they pull up. The inside of that Singer is like the new Singer heavy duty you have. I think this instruction manual was DOA, but the cover's gone. But everything of importance is still there. And the beautiful thing about this is look how clean the inside of that is. That's beautiful. That means they weren't thumbing through this. That's perfect. Absolutely. Looks like the bag. Looks like the bag to the biggest bowling ball ever. That's what I'm going for. That is the exact look that I'm going for. I'm still planning My big sewing adventure, instead of Pee-wee's Big Adventure, it's gonna be sewing's big adventure. So I'm gonna take that bag with me. When I saw that, I was like, "Boop! Thank you." You can see. I'm gonna release a short. You can see in the short where I'm like, "Oh, I turned the camera right off." Oh well, dang! My bag has a pocket pouch inside. It holds my instruction book. I could always make a pocket for it. I have a ton of vinyl. I have a ton. Big bowling balls energy. Oh, now I have that weird song stuck in my head. All right, so let's grab some power cords and make some noise. It all, you know what's really important is that this is the first one I've seen that isn't all like just gnarled and rusted and eaten by time. That foam is perfect. It's rare. That's really rare to still have the foam. And because I have the instruction manual and Google, this was the machine that was presented in 1980. So this was singers like welcome to the 80s machine. All right. All right. That's what it was. I heard a rattle and I was too scared to look, and it's because that wasn't on. Good. 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 Okay. Cool. All right. Let's plug this in. And like I always say, let's plug it in and see what happens. That was made right after the takeover. Those stupid knobs seem rare too. I have to make one out of wine cork for a big washer off a car. There's certain eras that I love. And everyone knows I'm a sucker for touch and sew. That whole era. I have stylists. Every like 60s, every 60s sewing machine I can get my hands on, I own. But I also have this weird thing about the 80s too. It's weird. And you know what? That was like right when plastic was introduced in this machine. But this thing is metal. Like, that's not metal, it's metal-ish, but it's still cast and as one piece. You can see the bottom is still cast as one piece. All right, let's plug it in. All right, I'm gonna take my vest off because I'm gonna start spraying. I'm gonna let the WD-40 fly in a minute. I'm gonna move a couple things. I just want to give a disclaimer to everybody. I will be using WD-40. No sewing machines will be harmed during the filming of this stream. Thank you for flying my so-called live airline. Awesome. Please send all your hate mail to Twitter at Godless Sewing, and I'm also on Instagram. I thought it was Godless Sewing, but it's Sewing in Circles at Godless Sewing. Starts singing, touching on your new effing so. Yay! Hello, hello, Kilroy. Okay, so I can tell just from the jump that you see, you can tell a man who's been electrocuted because I'm like twitching towards this. Okay. That's always a good sign. When the light turns on, that is always a good sign. And where's the emergency exits again? On izquierda and derecha. And for anyone who's not indoctrinated, that's to the left and to the right. Okay. So this did have, now that I'm sitting here, because I did plug it in earlier. I have, when I get these things home, I'm like, I need to know if you work or, I need to know how much work I need to put into it. Because if it was completely trashed, I would be sitting here with a machine like fully threaded. But this thing just needs a little bit of work, and you can see it the second I fire it. Here, let me turn that. Oh, lost power. It's building back up, going downhill. It's going like that. And so it just needs to be oiled. Really, let me move some things around before it gets a little messy in here. I'm acting like I've never done this before. Let me clean up this mess a little bit. That's why I have my Riker shirt on today, because I knew I was going to be getting a little messy. But remember, nobody puts number 1 in the corner. Oh, showing my age again. I know. Oh. Do you hear that? It wants to work. It wants to work. I'm surprised you don't have an adapter in your truck to try them out. In a way I do, but I do not want to juice the battery. It's funny you would say that. I'm not the person that originally did the electrical work in the back of my truck. So I don't sometimes like I want to get home. Hey, hey, how's it going, Rashawn? Man, hey, I loved your stream tonight. I loved your stream. Don't forget to drink water. No, but seriously, I was watching your stream all the way up until mine started. Great to see you. Great to see you. Yay! Hello, Rashawn. Awesome. Great to see you. I love watching Rashawn's channel because Rashawn's channel is called Critically Drinking. He has intelligent conversations. So if you're looking for intelligent conversations, go subscribe to Critically Drinking. Great channel. Just takes toads. Do you know what's really funny? I saw my neighbor pulling out all of his generators, and I was like, you know what? I need to do that. Because I have the same ones. I was like, I need to do the same thing. Awesome. But I do need to pull my generator with me. No, the truck I got from my pops. It is fully wired for a trailer for camping. The back of it trips people out because it's an 88. I open up the back and I can turn lights on. But I don't want to pull that much power. Sewing machines do you know what's really funny? The power went out, and you'd be surprised what pulls power and what doesn't. Coffee makers pull an insane amount of power. There was not a generator. I have little car battery generators. It's insane how much power a coffee maker pulls. That's why he needs to get an electric car so he can try out the machines using the battery. I live in the state of California, so they're forcing us to get electric cars. I'm gonna be like Will Smith in iRobot. You think I'm joking? When he went in the storage unit, he's walking with a gas can. Then he goes in the storage unit and pops out with a motorcycle. That's gonna be me. Because California is outlawing gas in like 20 years. Just finally got off. Lived up to the name with drinking, and you had a great stream. You held yourself together. Like I don't drink anymore, but if I drank that much, I would have got canceled like 6 or 7 times. Like you really held yourself together. I respect that. I've tripped my breakers a few times with a coffee pot. Thank you, Kilroy. Thank you. I'm shocked with how much power coffee makers pull. Shocked. Let's see if that helps. Trying not to get WD-40 on my computer. It wants to work. There it goes. We'll soak it a little bit and give it a second. But coffee makers pull an insane amount, and I learned that the hard way because the power was out for more than 38 hours. And I was like, "Oh, I have all these generators." I had to pull out my generator that's so big it can power at least 6 houses. It's huge. It's a professional generator, but just to power a coffee pot, like, it was crazy. It was crazy. Making heat from electricity is probably the most power hungry thing you can do with electricity. I didn't know that. I learned the really hard way. Oh, man. Okay, that's better. So, it wants to work. Should be 2 screws at the top, just a few racks of the plastic nylon in the upper bar. You're right. You are right. I should do it the proper way. I'm trying to do it the half-arse way because this thing is, like, right on the cusp of turning over. It feels like a car that you've been working on for years, you know? And I was hoping that by, firing it back up, it would start working again. This reminds me of every bad car I've ever had. I bet that generator sounded like a chainsaw when you switched it onto the coffee pot. You know, it did, but I was more concerned because it's so loud, it's almost disturbing the peace. But no one cared because I told anyone, if you have a power cord, you can run it in my backyard. So everybody was my friend because people were not prepared for the power to be out that long. But that thing is so powerful that I had my fridge hooked up to it. And everything else and there was we weren't busting breakers, so that thing is powerful. Those wicks can really slow it down. Well, the bushings they lube. Oh, okay, I know what you're saying. I remember when I first started refurbishing sewing machines, like these were tense moments for me. Now I have a general idea of what's going on. I have ran my Mr. Coffee maker on my 1500-watt generator, and it changed the sound. It's so true. I didn't know that. I had no idea that coffee makers pull so much power. So it kind of tripped me out. It really tripped me out. Part of me wants to plug in the other sewing machine too. So I'm gonna clean up this mess. I'm gonna let this soak just a little bit more because, and let's be real, like a lot of these machines haven't been turned over in years. Let me close that so I don't splash my computer. Man, that thing reminds me. That reminds me of every car that I've been like, just turn over, please. Turn over and work. All right. So, because we have quite a few things to do this evening, since everybody voted red shirt, I will do that for the red shirt. Oh, I bet that singer has never been serviced. Do you know? And that's why I'm kind of putting it off to the side because when the stream's over, I'm going to rip the top off. I'm going to take the top off of this thing and completely soak it in oil and service it like it should have been. I've learned over the years what to actually do, and I know I use WD-40 and it scares people, but this is just I'm using that more or less to clean the parts. And not used much. Why it's in good shape. Absolutely. Like I'm really shocked that it still has the foam. I have never seen a machine this age with the foam still intact. So that means it was in that bag forever. When I had to go to the hospital this week, it was 01 in the morning. The car barely started and the radio turned on, but it wouldn't put out any sound. Oh, that's crazy. Oh, that's crazy. I sat there for a minute, like 2 weeks ago when my when my window was frosted over, I was like, "Oh, don't be that guy. Do not put water on your windshield." Red shirts unite. Absolutely. I'm stoked. I am stoked. All right. I've had that patch in front of me to remind me too for a while. That's an absolute yikes. I couldn't imagine. I couldn't imagine. But I'm a West Coaster. And even when I lived up north, it I don't know if it did it ever get that cold? If it did, I didn't notice. Okay, I need to put this on top of something. Oh. Oh. All right. So that's one. Should I grab the other? Yeah, I should because I'm gonna have to clean this table anyways because of the amount of oil on it. I'm gonna have to really clean that. Oh wow. The hospital HVAC had tough time keeping up. It was a little chilly inside there. Good grief. Gilroy, I hope you feel better. That's awful. As a kid, I was at the hospital a lot as a kid, so I know all about being at the hospital a lot. Oh. And I can come and visit you now because I have my Mary Poppins bag. Oh, I'm gonna travel with this. I am going to travel with this thing. Me and my my sewing bag. Does a sewing bag count as a purse? As a man purse? As a purse? I'm not ashamed. Does it count? Is it? Oh, all right. So I need something to cut this that are not my everyday using scissors. So this I have not fired up at all. So this is we're gonna find out together the condition of this. Oh, excuse me. These machines were sold at Walmart, Target, all over the place. So I kind of knew exactly what I'm getting into, but um I'm dying to find out now. All right. Like I said last week, when you buy a sewing machine from a thrift store or something, turn it over just to see if you see how it's turning. That means it's working in a general direction. We're gonna find out which one. No accounts on this as a sewing bag. Okay. So it's not that. Okay, so it has its own category. I've been on this special medication for a week and a half. It looks like it's working. Sucks that they have to send it UPS overnight, 2 hours away, but at least I can get it in the first place. Yikes. That's good though that you get it though. That's what's important. You just when you don't feel well, you can't be shy about treatment, All right. Okay, so I didn't see any sparks. Oh, that actually sounds decent. Hopefully it's working. Absolutely. Absolutely. I hope you feel better, Kilroy. I don't even know if I'm going to oil this or anything. I've been feeling fine. It's the infusions that have been giving me that make me feel like shit. With this medication, I should hopefully be able to not need the infusions anymore. Well, I hope it works, Kilroy. I am so sorry. This machine kind of sounded decent. I'm gonna thread it and I'm gonna find out what happens. There we go. I know that's from far away. You know, this thing might completely completely and utterly run away, but it doesn't sound like there's anything wrong with it. I am so sorry, Kilroy. Oh. So, what did everybody have for dinner? I had tacos. And the other half of it is sitting waiting for me. Looks like my coffee pot decided to brew the coffee pot that was already in a second time. Guess I'll see how twice brewed coffee tastes like. Do you know what's really funny? That's what cold brew is. If anyone tells you anything, they are telling you stories. Cold brew is yesterday's coffee frozen. And then they have all this science behind it saying that, like, oh, it has more caffeine in it. It's yesterday's coffee. I used to do that when I was in my 20s. I would take some of yesterday's coffee and put it in with the water to make it more thick. I had tacos too. Awesome. I still have the other half waiting for me for after the stream. Because like it filled me up, but I knew I would be hungry after the stream. I had beef stew today. Awesome. Awesome. Oh, beef stew sounds good. I'm like wrapped in cords. It's been raining around here, so beef stew sounds great. I didn't venture into the city today to see the insanity, but when it rains here, people just cannot hang. So I was gonna go downtown because I told myself if I woke up and it was raining, I was gonna go downtown. But I woke up and I looked at my alarm clock and I was like, I'm gonna go back to bed. Perfect. Okay, some of the thread guides seem kind of, you know what? Let me dial back the tension a little bit and see what. Okay, that seems a little bit better. I ate a cup of noodles. Awesome. My son, he absolutely loves those things. So we have them all over the place. And a long time ago, I was like, I will never eat a cup of noodles again. I eat cup of noodles all the time because it's in my house and it's right in front of my face. So I'm right there with you, Pam. I'll definitely eat some cup of noodles. I really wasn't into it, but then my son started eating it, and I was like, let me try it out again. Hadn't had it in 20 years. Sometimes I like to make instant coffee with the with coffee instead of hot water. That's wow, more coffee per coffee. You know what's really funny? I had a Nescafe habit. I was addicted to instant coffee. I fell in love with that stuff. Oh, these bobbins are made for people with little fingers. Or I should say the bobbin threaders. Nope. Did I get it? Oh, I think I did. We'll find out. Oh, I think I did catch it. Well, we're gonna find out together how. Oh, that does not sound good. All right, let me get a piece of thread. And we're gonna find out together how this works. I had special edition cup of noodles. It was one of the best I had. Do you know? I I live in LA, so we have a wide variety of everything, but I don't even know what they're called, but we have every kind of cup of noodles you could possibly think of here. Especially at our dollar store now. There's a whole aisle and it's all just like bowls of noodles and stuff. Some of that stuff is really good. Juan Valdez is my instant coffee. I have not had that stuff or heard that name in so long, Kilroy. Wow. Wow, I forgot about Juan Valdez. That is my new alias. If you see a sock account that pops up, it's me. Oh, I love that. I looked it up on the internet and it was an Ugio special collector's cup of soup that they were $20 each. I paid $6 Canadian and the next month they were 120. That's kind of like okay, how do you guys feel about the Stanley Cup craze? I should have saved the noodles. Isaiah collects stuff like that. I paid $7 for a Coke can. He has all and he has like a Coke bottle from the 1920s. He has all kinds of crazy stuff in his room. They still make Juan Valdez in a glass jar too. They haven't cheaped out with the plastic jars. Juan Valdez takes me back. That and U-Ban. Juan Valdez and U-Ban. U-Ban coffee totally takes me back. Oh, oof, oof. The temperature's dropping, so I'm putting a coat back on. That's awesome. Kilroy, you let me know about Bargs. You let me know about all of that. That all my favorites are still around. I haven't had Juan Valdez in forever. All right. Let me get a scrap piece. I rearranged a lot of my fabric, so there's a ton of fabric within reach. But let me grab a scrap piece. Yeah. Every time I look at that bag, I'm like, score, score. Every time I see that bag. All right. I still have a ton of this canvas from Modelo Man left over. I'd like the Stanley Cup thing if people didn't go stupid over it. You're getting arrested into Target because you brawled over an overpriced cup. One of those videos is in my hometown. I don't want to say which one because it literally tells on me, but one of those I was watching and I'm like, oh, that's my Target. And that one literally has a bunch of 17-year-old kids that work there. They're not. Oh, good times. I was wondering about that because, um, you know, I buy knockoffs. I got this at Ross for $4 almost 4 or 5 years ago, and I still rock this cup. Ross, $4. They now these things sell for 10. Um, I refuse to pay full price. Everyone who's been subscribed to me for a while knows that I have a fake Stanley cup that I bought at Walmart. It's an imitation Stanley. It was $10. Let's see if that machine sews. A machine like that is really good for a beginner. And part of me wants to start selling these too because I have a few of these, and these were sold at Target and Walmart, and a lot of people began on these, but they just send them to the Goodwill. And this one has a ton of stitches. So we're gonna check this out. So it would be a good pass if your son wants to have a machine. He actually has had quite a few sewing machines in his room. And I laughed when he was like, "Can I use the heavy duty one?" I was like, "I respect you. Let's get you a better sewing machine." All right. Oh, it works. Kind of. Let's see if we can get that. Oh, because it's on a tiny stick. Oh, let's see if we can get it on a decent stitch. That's not a buttonhole. I think I was just doing a buttonhole. That's because people come up and they mess with these machines. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Do you know what's really funny? Back when I had patience. Oh. Back when I had patience, I actually made an entire garment with a machine this slow. And I kind of laughed because I had a ton of patience back in the day. Okay, so it wants to sew. As we should be good pass on your son if he wants a machine. I bought a half gallon thermos from Camping Selection for $15. Holds more water and was way cheaper, easier to clean too. I love buying things that aren't necessarily intended for what they're intended for. It's actually a hobby of mine. That's why I was I kind of laughed when I saw the fake Stanley at Walmart. I'm like, I'm old school though. I grew up on Mojo Meal. I don't have a problem with house brand. So when somebody like says, "Oh, this cup is this and this," I'm like, you can get the same cup at Walmart for for $10. It's literally the same cup. It just doesn't say Stanley. There we go. You know what? It's working out its own problems. You can see the machine literally in real time. That's how it started, and this is how it ended. So the machine is working itself out. It just hasn't been used. The thing from Walmart is probably better made too because they know they're gonna impress you since it's not a name brand. I love that thing. Because it has a lid, I like chuck it around my truck. I can lose it. I love that thing. I take it with me everywhere I go, especially on my Saturday adventures. And who knew that my thing about the Stanley Cup is regardless, it's encouraged me to drink more water. And let me tell you, I need water in my I need more water in my life. I drink coffee like it's going out of style. I drink coffee like I'm on Voyager for all my Star Trek people. I drink way too much coffee. The inside needs to be clean, and the bottom should also have a thread or two. I agree. I agree. Both of these machines are right there. I found out everything I needed to know with both of these machines. I'm stoked, especially the first one. But let's be real, it's more about the bag. I'm not over it yet because I'm still talking about it. It sort of sounded like the latter. I agree. I agree. And see, that's the crazy thing that I've learned about sewing machines. Like when this stream is over, I'm gonna completely soak both of these. Tomorrow they're gonna fire right up. Both of them. one more time. I'm excited. I got the bag. I'm gonna clean this up and I'm gonna use it for clothes, for traveling, and just because I like odd things. I love odd things. And this does look like a giant bowling bag. I wonder if this can pass TSA. You think I could take this in the airport? Uh, 80s singer's in good shape. I think he said the top spool pin can crack easily. Oh yeah. He paid $16 for the bag and the machine was just a bonus. Pam is telling that is so true. Yes. Yes. I wanted that bag so bad, but I was not willing to pay $100. There's a place I go to in the foothills. They must have a really rich clientele because they wanted almost they wanted $200. Well, it started at 250 for the machine over there, and it went all the way down to $40. Same with my touch and smoke. They wanted an insane amount of money for that. An insane amount of money. So I oh, absolutely. I was looking for Joy. I was like, "Where's Joy?" Pam, s- Pam says just melted that machine down and turned it into Campbell's soup cans. Well, I like the 80s Art Deco, so it's definitely gonna be a wall hanger. I love I love the 1950s, 1960s James Bond look, and I love the brown look of the 80s sewing machines. I'm a mess. I own so many 1980s sewing machines. It's not even funny. I was trying to penguin walking. Oh, foot prices today, and now they're being sold. Whoa. Oh, 1,800. Okay. I hope not 18. Let me clean up a little bit. That would be insane. Let me clean up a little bit. Where are my... Oh, there they are. I keep my Lysol wipes everywhere. Oh, nope. I need to get a new one. There we go. I'm going to chuck that over. There was a ton of WD-40 I put in that. So I'm going to clean my table a little bit. I'm going to put everything back, drink a little coffee. His space is close. about once every 8 months, I have a complete meltdown and rearrange. Even in my last video, the clip of me saying computer, computer, that was almost 2 or 3 years ago, and I was standing in that corner. And I could not recreate that scene right now. Because when I put it in, I was looking for my old Star Trek stuff and I found it and I put it in and I'm like, wow, there was less stuff in this room. But to be fair, that was like old sewing. That was like literally 2 or 3 years ago. Plug that in. Perfect. And I was skinny enough to fit in the uniform too. When I put that in, I always laugh. That's why I like looking at my older videos because this room is empty. This room is empty compared to how it is now. Come on, you have a meltdown more often than that. Give us. Well, I am a bit of a. I'm an emotional human. I'm a lover. That was funny. Loved that last video. Thank you, Alibaba. It reminds me of when this room was let me look. I want to show you guys really quick. Let me go back to one of my old videos. I won't make you watch the whole video, but let's go back to one of the old ones. And oh, whoops. I'm like clicking on even the ones from like a year or two ago. Okay, let's see. I'm trying to find a video where this room. There we go. That's the one I'm looking for. Good times. And I'm always like, oh, why can't I hear it? It's because I turned it down. Okay. My space gets fuller also. It's weird to me though to watch the progression of it. It makes me laugh. Like it's not a bad thing. I'm like, wow, I've collected a lot of stuff in a couple of years when that room was usable for more than sewing. Something in that realm. Something in that realm. Let's see if I can hear it now.
Brought to you by.
Yep. Oh, I miss those songs. I still have that in my computer. Let's see. I'm gonna skip to. Okay. Well, first, this is when my carpet was brand new. Oh man, and I was making Big Lebowski jokes about how it really tied the room together. But I want you guys to see how look how empty that room is. Look at that. That I have is this frat boy. I still have that. Oh my gosh, I'm embarrassing myself right now. I still have that. I still have jacket. I'm definitely gonna upcycle this. I saw this thing across the store, and I'm that crazy guy that ran at this thing. Fun fact, that chair is still in this room. Now you're reminding me, I gotta rearrange in here. My damn filing cabinet is in the way all over the corner, and the TV needs to go somewhere else. It's just a situation in here. I know the feeling. Trust me, I know the feeling well. I know that feeling well. Oh, I promise I will look how much room my vest has. Fun fact, I made those drapes. Everything in this room besides the flags, if it hangs, I made it. These were like my first major project. I made all of these drapes. I had the material, everything was ready to go. I really just lined them. They're giant rectangles, but I made every single one of these drapes. And I'm not trying to deny that I'm goth thrift store. Crunchy black, I wear that. I still wear that. I still wear that crunchy black t-shirt to this very day. I never upcycled it. I wore it last week. Nothing goes to waste here in the house of sewing. But really quickly, let's look how empty that room is. And that's the back corner that you're looking at right now. The angle that I'm pointing at, that's the back corner. Oh, good times. Good times. I looked up by Sigma hoping it was going to be a sorority. It's not. You know, I just bought it because of the colors. Because it was Dodger blue. I'm like, oh, this is cool. I'm gonna refurbish this. I didn't even read it. I like the cut. It's warm. I still have that. But yes, I'm a real life hoarder. This room has grown over the years. What you saw was that corner, which is inaccessible now. The couch is still back there. The flag's over it. That recliner, I still sit in it. It is a almost 350-pound chair. It's not moving very fast out of this room. It's a real massage chair. And when I say that, it's like a wannabe version of what they have at the mall where you sit down. I still use it. It still works. I love that thing. So yes, I have a giant massage chair in this room still. I can always tell when my son is sitting on it because I can hear that wah wah from the chair because it pulls a lot. It pulls a lot of power too. All right, I'm really wiping this down to make sure the grease got off. I think I see that blue and white jacket back there under the others, the white sleeve in the corner. No, that is the white sleeve in the corner is my Dr. Patch. That's also something that I made 2 years ago that is still in this room. I've been adding patches on it for 2 years. That reminds me, I lost 2 giant back patches I'm such a hoarder. I purchased 2 patches. I cried because they took so long and I lost them in my house. I lost them in my house, and I'm man enough to admit I don't know where they are. And every time I go in the middle bedroom and I clean, I'm like, they have to be in there somewhere under the red and white checkered one. Let's take a look. Oh. Yeah, the only white one I have back there is my Dr. Patch. You know what? Let me grab that. I loved that thing. I still have Dr. Patch to this very day. I planned on covering this thing, but then I just liked the way it looked, so I left it. I left it as it was. These were all the patches that I probably was never gonna wear, but I wanted them to go somewhere. So this whole conversation is reminding me to work on Dr. Patch. Doesn't pull a lot of power, just seems to pull a lot of power out that room. A cable bigger than a lamp. Yet again, you speak the truth. I just wanted to show and tell. I forgot about Dr. Patch. I've had that forever. Misfits Patch. You know what's really funny? My mom got that. She's like, I remember you wore a shirt like this in high school. Here, Compton Unified School District. I have a patch buying problem. Like especially when there's like big boxes of patches like at swap meets, thrift stores. I'm that guy who walks up and I'm like, I'll take the entire box. And that's what happened. I have quite a few Compton Unified School District patches, quite a few. Oh, good times. All right. We're an hour and a half into it. Let's get to the red shirt. I'm going to make a Klingon flag. Everybody voted for the red shirt, but I'm still going to make a Klingon flag. I think that next to my Janko video, I think I'm also going to start making once a year a Klingon flag video, and of course, how to thread mini sewing machines. Because if you look, I have a video. I don't even know how many views it has anymore, but it has like 10,000 or something crazy. So people are obviously still looking up how to thread mini sewing machines. So I need to get on that. Awesome. I will be here. Let me grab. Brewing the coffee again actually made it weaker. I wondered about that. All right. Zero. I love saying that. I absolutely love saying that. 0 stars, would not recommend. I have a feeling my red shirt's going to be extra red, but that's okay. That's okay. Yay, welcome back. Welcome back. Oh, there we go. It's a cord mess in here. Oh, I saw my shag carpet when it was nice and bright and green. Awesome, awesome. Oh, perfect, perfect. Perfect. So, for anyone interested, I'm going to be using Simplicity pattern S9 158. It's becoming my favorite pattern. I can't say I can't say that I've retired Mimi G R11407. It's just literally right there looking at me. I've just moved on to different patterns. Needless to say, Hobby Lobby did not disappoint. Oh, I felt that. I felt like, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Well, hey, Mo, what's up? What's up? Yay, hello, hello. That guy on the pattern beard looks like it was just put on with that beard and his spray can stuff. Gilroy, I told you, it is no secret that I have not had hair since there was a 19 in front of the year. Okay. I sat there one night and I should have known because it was a Rogaine commercial. But they showed a guy in a van and he had a fro and he was going to meet his family and he's like, they're going to freak out. They haven't seen me with hair in 20 years. And I was like, oh, there's hope. There's hope. I sat there, watched the whole infomercial. It's spray paint. They spray paint the guy. They spray painted a fro on this man's hair, on this man's head. Oh, 0 stars, would not recommend. Oh, so when you said that, Kilroy, it totally brought me back to that one night. I really thought I was going to get my fro back, but really it was just paint. Oh, not you too. There we go. I've been camping out inside my home. It's been below 0 Fahrenheit a whole. Yikes! That's terrible, Mo. She don't like that. She don't like. Oh, it was a terrible commercial. Hey Mo, my hair grown halfway down my face and lengthy hair grown down my back. I've been bald since 1999. I embrace it. I'm okay with it. I accept it for what it is. Oh, man, this phone is sensitive. There we go. I have my work phone. I have all kinds of phones. But because I don't use it as much, it's not jaded as my other phones. All right. Beautiful. So I was stoked when I got the red shirt patch in the mail. I was like, oh, I know what I'm going to do. I may or may not use my steam press. But I'm probably gonna just use my iron because it's a small patch. But we'll see what happens when I get there. Because I do get overly excited and then want that thing on immediately. But I've learned with my steam press that it takes a little bit more. It takes more time because it's a giant machine that has to warm up. And by some mathematical absurdity, I own a cordless iron. So, and it's really been working. I'm shocked I bought one that worked. Here in Canada, it's negative 58 in Saskatoon last week. Work phone, personal phone, thrift shop phone, blue truck phone, fabric shop phone, crazy X phone, crazy X2 phone. It's kind of true. And you want to know it's so sad. If you want to hear some first world problems, I have an iPhone 4 and it decided to not work today. Oh, my iPhone 4 decided to kick the bucket. Oh, just work, bro. Just work. Oh. Sorry, I had to plug in my fleet of iPhones. That phone was on life support anyways. You let it finally have me. It didn't turn on. You know what? Like that was the first iPhone I ever had was a 4 because I was one of those weird people who was like, I'll never own a smartphone ever. And to anyone in the future, I mean the real future watching this, like there were people who actually did not want smartphones. But then I got one. But then I got an iPhone and it changed my life. Oh, it's just sad that thing's finally bit the dust. And the funny thing is, out of all my iPhones, my iPhone 4 is the loudest. And it doesn't tell you to turn the volume down. On Apple devices now, it'll say like, "Oh, maybe this is too loud." Because I listen to a lot of things through a Bluetooth speaker, so to my phone it probably feels like it's blaring, but it's really not that loud. Beautiful. Okay, perfect. I thought it wasn't even on the other side. I was going to be like, "Oh no." I never had an iPhone. I wouldn't know what to do without one, and it's not because I think they're cool. It's because I've never owned anything but Motorola than a BlackBerry. I've never had Apple anything. Apple, like, sometimes I feel like when they do the update, I just jack it in the back of my head. I have too many Apple products. Too many. I had a Samsung that was a piece of shit. Been on Motorola ever since. I'm actually looking for a new phone. And I was actually, for the first time ever, when I was looking for new phones, I wasn't shopping for an iPhone. I wanted that one flip that has the giant screen because there's a soccer mom friend that I have where her son does MMA classes with my son. I hadn't seen her in years. When we saw each other, we were like, oh, high five, like old buddies. But she pulled out this giant phone And I looked it up. I think she pays like $175 a month to have that thing. Marshall amps were no, were not kind to my ears. I have all kinds of fun stuff in this room like that. The 1,000-watt stacks. When I do get my warehouse, that's the first thing I'm gonna do is get 2 huge stacks. I don't know why I keep on doing this. Phone is so sensitive. I need to put it down. All right. I blew my hearing out with 12-gauge shotguns, fireworks, Van Halen, and Ozzy Osbourne. I was rocking out to Panama before the stream. That's why I came running into the stream like, ah! Especially when Panama comes on. All right, perfect. I love playing Crazy Train really loud. I used to play that fairly good. There's quite a few songs that like I need to get back into that I used to know by heart. It's healed some over the years since I've calmed the hell down, but it'll never be 100% again. Ah, ha, 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 ha. That's a loaded. Do you know what's really funny? That best band argument. There's somebody could come with some band you never heard of and be like, "Oh, they are good," or like, I'm really into Faith No More, so anything with Patton in it, I'm like there. I think that's all. It's all bias. I'm really into Norwegian death metal. I don't think too many people are. I still listen to King Diamond after all these years. Music is really relative that way. I still watch King Diamond videos on YouTube. Oh, I'm wearing a King Diamond patch right now. Perfect. Perfect. The weight of the fabric is slipping. I'm used to my bigger table. So today when I purchased this fabric, it was almost laughable. The same woman who prayed over me when I walked in there, when I walked up to the counter, it says ring the bell. I grabbed the bowl, I put it on, I hit the bell, I turned around, and she was standing there. It was like a creepy movie. And I have a real pet peeve of when people ask me, like, can I help you? Um, yeah, I'm standing at the fabric counter. What do you think I need help with? I don't know. I have no idea. Maybe I'm petty, but that question really bothers me. Like, obviously, I need help. I'm standing here. Maybe it's just me being sensitive, but it's weird to me when people are like, "Can I help you?" Yeah, I'm in a Starbucks. I need coffee. They tell them you need help wiping your ass. Mo, they were. They were West Coast Canadian band, weren't they? Oh, wow. I'll have to look them up. I've never heard of them. But it was just weird. And I know I scare her because she prayed over me last time. And you know what? It's not a big deal. Whatever you're into, I'm not here to judge anyone. I just want fabric. That's the only reason. And to pay for overpriced patches. But it's crazy how people involve their own politics into things. Okay. And I knew that I knew Hobby Lobby was sketchy, but I knew they were gonna have red fabric. And my local Joann's is way overpriced. I mean, way overpriced. I started wearing my yellow coat, and people are like, "Oh, I like your yellow coat." I'm like, "Yeah, I have to wear it because I paid almost full price for this fake wool." Beautiful. All right. It's gonna cut the arms and it's ready to go. Damn it! Now that you said Rogaine, I can't get cocaine by Eric Clapton out of my head. She don't lie. Oh, thank you, Ollie Bob. And now it's stuck in my. Such a good song. Such a good song. I still do that on the song. She don't lie. It's better than the usuals. Because here in the House of Sewing, we've been singing the same song for about 2 years now. Perfect. Actually, this is a perfect red. Do you know that thing is super glitchy, Joy? I'm so glad you noticed that. The other day, I was doing something and the thumbs up just popped up. Let's see if it does it now. I don't know if it works on this camera. Oh, it does. Let's see if this works. No? Nope. Just a crazy person holding my hands in the air. How are you getting thumbs up on the screen? There's Apple has this really weird glitch. The first time I saw it, it scared me because I thought I got hacked. But Apple has this really weird thing. It did on the update. It didn't tell anybody. And I swear I was patient zero because it scared me at first. I was like, what is this thing that I have no idea that's going on? The stream like that song too? Absolutely. How much red fabric did you buy? I only purchased 4 yards. I went to Hobby Lobby and I didn't even look at the price. I should have purchased more because when I finally did look at the price, it was actually a really good deal because I only paid like 15 bucks for 4 yards. I don't know if that's good or not, but for this red fabric and it's weird. It's not porous, but I don't know, it's weird. If I had known they had those prices, I would have purchased way more. Yeah, I'm really into metal, Mel. Like I'm really into metal. It's part of the the embedded software that is for surveillance. Do you know it's so funny that you would say that? Because Apple In one of their like four, well, no, it's been many updates now, but they basically said if you agreed to this, we're gonna go through all of we have the right to go through all your pictures. I'm one of those people. I have nothing to hide. If Apple wants to see my obsession with sewing machines and thrift stores, go right ahead. And I have my entire son's life on iPhone. As far as pictures go, so there's nothing to hide. But Gilly's right, totally right. So they give you all of that, and they you agreed to a bunch of weird surveillance. But there's a bunch of things, and Skits actually Waternay was the one who figured it out. At least on my side of the galaxy, and then Skits is the one who looked it up and showed us all of the ones that you can do. We really do not have record stores here. And like in LA, they're really few and far between. I wonder if Alexa is Amoeba Music still open in Los Angeles, California?
Amoeba Music on Hollywood Boulevard in Los Angeles closes soon in 15 minutes but will be open tomorrow from
Oh,
11
they're
a.m.
still.
to 9
I
p.m.
need who turned down my Alexa? They're still open. So apparently we still do have a major record store in LA. That's one thing that makes me laugh are people who are paranoid about being spied on. Dude, nobody cares about your pictures of IHOP waffles in your 19. Thank you. I have nothing to hide. Like, if you want to see how obsessed I am with sewing machines, Apple, go right ahead. Oh, I was actually going through my phone the other day, and I take pictures of sewing machines that I walk past at thrift stores. Like, I'm not gonna buy you, but I'm gonna take a picture of you. Oh, one day I'm gonna start a series of all the sewing machines that I've walked past. Oh, oh, whoa, oh, man, I'm surprised I haven't timed anybody out with my work phone. This thing is so sensitive. When there are million phones spread over an area, when the software is activated, it can almost paint a picture. It's not as much what's on your phone, but it's the pathway for broad surveillance. I totally understand that. I have, like I have a let me turn it up before I start talking about it. I'm weirdly a modern person. Like, I do consider the A word a phone tap, but like, I don't know because I have Apple products. I kind of think I already am. Alexa, are the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim playing tonight?
The Anaheim Ducks are currently playing the San Jose Sharks. The game began this evening at 7 p.m.
Alexa, thank you.
My pleasure. Just doing the job.
I knew there was a game
Hope you're
on.
enjoying your weekend.
That's why I asked the A word that question because I knew there was a game on. I'm excited about old 80s punk records as much as you love your sewing machines. I love that, Mo. I see that's the one thing. I love it when people have hobbies. Like hobbies are so healthy to have. It's not even funny. And I love people like Mo because like Mo can introduce me into bands I never heard of. Like I love music and discovering new music as well. All right. Now, I've been in so many punk bands way back when. I played Four Sons with. Oh wow, that's awesome, Alibaba. That's awesome. I was just having this conversation the other day with somebody who I consider like a hardcore LA metalhead. I was actually talking about something like an event that happened at a Pantera show, and he was like, "Dude, I was there." But I absolutely love the old school scene. Well, it's now considered the old school scene. Okay. Sorry, I have to concentrate because I always make my arms way too long. So this is going to be new Starfleet standard issue with these extremely long arms. All right. Let me take some of this out. I had an utter and complete success with my Bobby Brown shirt. So even though I want to use my press, I'm probably going to use my sewing machine, my iron, my cordless iron, because it just gets hotter. It just gets hotter much quicker than the press. Oh, it's not even anything personal. It's just the one when the press does work much better, but it just takes a while to heat up. Okay. I'm like looking for the Hobby Lobby bag. Do you know today I filled my almost 10th bag with scraps. So I now have almost 10 40 to 55-gallon bags of scrap. I can't believe I filled another bag. I have a ton of scrap. All right. You know what? Back in my day, my pops used to listen to a lot of Wilson Pickett. He listened to the Dixie Trio. He listened to Desperados on a Train. It was Willie Nelson and Johnny Cash. That to me, that's old school music. Johnny Horton. Johnny Horton is old school to me. All right, I'm gonna start taking off the patterns because I'm gonna serge most of this. All right. Beautiful. Yeah, so long story short, it's kind of laughable on how I make it's not that I make the manager at Hobby Lobby uncomfortable. She looks crazy. She looks jumpy. I don't know what is wrong with her. But she came behind that counter like a vampire, and if I was in a bad mood, I would have been like, "Ah." But she cut the fabric precisely to 4 yards. I mean, down to the micron. She's not like my friend Mr. Modelo Man, who is extremely liberal with the fabric. Maybe she needs to go to the school of Modelo Man, and I might come back to Hobby Lobby more. Because it, I don't think Modelo Man has kids, but if he does, I put them through college with the amount of fabric I've purchased from him. Oh. Perfect. Well, EDM started in the 70s. Really? So maybe. All right. Alexa, what's the temperature right now?
Right now, it's 54 degrees Fahrenheit.
Oh, it's actually warm. It is 10. Wow. It's like 8 or 9 degrees warmer than last night. That is a summer evening right there. And I'm not even being facetious. Like, that is much warmer than it's been. All right, let me clean up a little bit before I go to my serger station. I will put this. One day I'm gonna sit down and count how many Singer power cords I have. I think I have more power cords than I have sewing machines. And the funny thing is, I have hundreds upon hundreds of Singer cords, and I do not have the elusive 600 series touch and sew 4-prong cord. The 4-prong cord I have is a square. The 600 series I have I'm pointing at it like you can see it. The 600 series takes more of a cross prong. So with my last touch and sew, I thought I had the cord for it, but I do not. That's my last pair of notes. Hobby Lobby is awkward. All right. You're trying to make this Canadian feel better with the temp. It's okay. I know that isn't like summer. Oh, you know what though? When it's bearable in the 50s, but when it gets in the 40s, I'm like, it makes me want to move even more south. I don't know how you do it. I actually follow a couple YouTubers in Michigan, quite a few people. You guys are hardy people. People up north are hardy people compared to when I lived in Oregon, I would walk around bundled all the time. It would be this summer and I would still be wearing layers. All right. I think that's clean enough. Actually, let me move this. Shocker, there's a sewing machine behind my serger. Shocker. I haven't decided yet, but I think my Husqvarna Viking might be my buttonhole machine. I've been working with it, and it does throw down a great stitch for a buttonhole, so I think it's probably going to get elected the buttonhole machine. Okay. I try to keep my mess down to a low roar, so I'm constantly cleaning in here. Because I'm a fun hoarder. I just don't want to be on the show hoarders, Actually, I should pin my shirt first. I always get excited to use the serger. Sometimes I do feel like stepping into a nice roaring fire, if only ever. Hey, Joy. No, I understand that it's cold, so I try not to talk about it. Even yesterday, I was sitting in the car and like with the sun out, I felt like I was getting a tan. But that's because, I'm sitting in an all black car and I had the windows rolled up. I was in direct sunlight, so I couldn't feel the wind or the cold. All right. Perfect. That's the back piece. Perfect. I still marvel when these are when the measurements come out perfect. I'm still like, wow. But I literally cut it off a pattern, so perfect. Oh wow, I cannot allow it to be off by that much. Wow, the bottom piece started slipping and I started compromising, but I cannot let it I can't compromise that much. Really, give me one quick second and I'll check the chat. There we go. And you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, Ohura was a red shirt, and she made it all the way through all the movie. Okay. Still working on the shirts, but only have enough for 2 more. Then I will have to wait till she comes back from Mexico to get more. Oh, boo! Give yourself credit. Some don't get cutting right even off the pattern. Some have really troubles. A button shortage? Is there? Are you saying that like serious? I'm glad I purchased all the buttons when I did. Okay. Thank you, Alibaba. Thank you. I actually, you know what's so funny? If you go back to my old videos, I didn't use a pattern for anything. I would grab an old jacket or use something as a template, but I really didn't use patterns. But the one thing I like about patterns is that it gave me more form and shape. I just need to cut my own blocks. I just need to get around to it, really, is what it comes down to. Because now I know all my measurements. I know everything by heart, all my size, my neck size, everything. So it's a little bit different from when I first started sewing, and that is still off. Okay. Oh, okay. Boss did not send me enough to finish the skirts. Oh, I thought there was like some world panic that was about to get. Button shortage. Oh no. I thought I had a scoop. I thought I had an exclusive scoop on the new button shortage. Okay. You know what? As long as that side is lined up, the serger will fix this. Not likely. There. Okay, I have a question though. How expensive are buttons where you live? I don't know if it's been a while because I had thousands upon thousands because of my grandmother. But in 2023, I bought buttons and I was shocked on how expensive they were. I still have that weird jar. It was like almost $14. And all I needed was a couple buttons. Mm. And this jar was like 14, 15 bucks. Where back in the day, this would have been like $3 or $4. I'm gonna put that in my touch and sew. Those are expensive buttons. I've never paid for buttons ever. I get hordes with machines. I have moms and grandmas too. Thrift stores is where I look first. I inherit when I was redoing my grandmother's house. You don't know anything about anyone until you find their weird habits. My grandmother collected buttons from everything. She cut them off of couches, off of old coat, off of purses, off of everything. She had thousands. I still have them in a toolbox. And I started using them so much, and I told myself, back up, buy some buttons. But then when I started buying buttons, I was shocked on how expensive they were because I've been out of the game so long. The last time I had purchased a button, it was in the 1900s. Oh, I'm like making sure that I made the shirt on the right side out on both sides, and I actually did. I am weirdly impressed with myself right now. Oh, back in the days, they cut buttons off there. My grandma did that for everything. She was real life depression era though. So there were certain habits that never went away with her. Like she was old school. Thank you so much for stopping by, Pam. Thank you so much. I hope you have a great night. I will eventually finish this shirt, throw a patch on, and I'll call it done for the evening. Awesome. I'm just lining everything up right now. Beautiful. Perfect. Sorry. Getting weird messages. All right. I'm still making sure that I'm not doing this inside out because sometimes when I'm talking and sewing, I just make the most knucklehead mistakes. And in my career of sewing in this room, there's only been one time where I really had to go back and redo it. And that's one of my favorite coats. I need to bring that out. It's winter. Uh, perfect. I have some buttons from my wedding dress I made. That's awesome. Like imagine a drawer full of one type of button. Do you know what's funny, Alibaba? Like I would not mind that. I would not mind a drawer filled with clear buttons. I would be there all day. Just a drawer with all one uniform size. That's one thing that bothers me now with buttons. You can't buy a box of 100 of the same size. You get these weird um you get these weird mix bags. It's the strangest thing where I dare you to try to find one continuous button that isn't from a factory. Just go to a store and try to buy a box of or a bag of buttons and see if they're the same size. I guarantee you they're not. Or one square or round or it's the strangest thing. Oh, right. It is. It's been a long day. Perfect. There we go. There we go. Perfect. It took a minute to make it here after 2 sewing machines, my Bobby Brown shirt that I made. Finally sitting at the serger about to start sewing. Do you know I have an oddly I have a giant foot, and so because of that, I've become used to sewing with my shoes off, and I also drive with my shoes off. And fun fact, it is illegal in the state of California to drive with your shoes off. I'll never know why. But my foot is so big that with my boots on, I'm pushing down at the accelerator and the gas at the same time. So I've like conditioned myself to sew the way I drive. Perfect. I have many pairs of scissors here. Okay. Perfect. Perfect. All right, let me check the chat. You know what they say about guys with big feet? I'm really good at swimming. Illegal all over North America. Oh, okay. I thought it was just California because we have laws for everything here, so I just assumed it was us. But there's probably a real logical explanation and a real reason why, but it seems crazy to me. But you know what? I don't think they took into consideration people like me that are real life hobbits. I am a real life hobbit. I am 5'9" with size 13 and a half shoe. Well, 13 and a half in a boot. Perfect. All right. Let me make sure I didn't make any mistakes. That's one thing about the serger is that it's not like infallible, but it's more spot on than than the technique that I used with my sewing machine. Perfect. Oh, I hope you don't zigzag like you sew when you drive. No, I've calmed down. I used to I used to drive like a knucklehead, and I've really calmed down. Having a kid will do that. I was in a major car accident. I really don't even say how major it was. It was life-changing, and that taught me to slow down. Unfortunately, I needed that, but it taught me to slow down. Perfect. Oh, this is red. Okay, I'm gonna have to go over that a little bit. I got me a new chair for sewing from Costco. Joy, is it comfortable? Is it big? Is it puffy? I'm dying to know because I think I need a new chair. I keep on saying that, but I'm weirdly loyal to my Golden Girls chair. Oh, I can hear the music just saying Golden Girls chair. Perfect. Oops. Oop. Not perfect. All right. Make sure that's together. Beautiful. Very comfy. I love a new chair. That's why I was so disappointed when my other chair, Yasa Fue, it croaked within a month. It had cheap welds on it, and I am one of those people who's constantly rocking back in the chair. I know this is a shocker to people, but I have a little ADD, ADHD, so I sit down and get up all the time. And I tested that chair, and the welds could not hang. I even did a video about it. Like less than a month, that thing was done for. Okay. Concentrate a little bit more on this piece. Perfect. Perfect. As I drop my scissors. Oh. Nice cushion, seat mesh, back adjustable. Was 119, probably cheaper where you are. The height is perfect for sitting at sewing machines. Armrest as well. You'd be surprised though, Joy. We probably paid around the same price. I would probably pay around the same price for a chair like that. The gaming chair that I started off with was that price. I came back 4 years later. No, I'm sorry, 2 years later. It was almost 160, and then I bought my gray chair that was that price. It was around 119. Perfect. Perfect. Make sure that there's nothing. Okay. All right. I'm going to clean up a little bit, pull down my mannequin friend, take off the Lucy coat. Oh, this thing is ready. Used chairs go for more here now. Oh, that's so. I've been shopping the Goodwill because I refuse to ever buy a brand new chair after what happened to me. But that's more or less. I'm just traumatized that like chair broke within a month. Like, but sometimes I think it's me because I am a squirrely human, so I totally understand. Saw some on Amazon cheaper, but if I had to return it, it would be a big hassle. So I went to Costco. So true, especially with Amazon, because you got to mail it back and then wait for it to come back. And if you have a problem with Costco, you can just take it there. Probably the brand. That's a really good point. Okay. All right. So I'm going to move everything around to get ready for the next round. Whoops, wrong side. I don't know what's going on with my keyboard today. There we go. All right. So the shirt's really coming together. All we have to do is add the arms, and I'm going to throw the patch on. Call it macaroni. All right. It has one side that is more beaded and the other side is straight. I'm shocked I haven't inverted the size yet. I've kept the continuity of the outfit so far. All right. Oh man, I'm definitely gonna have the great rearranging in here. You know what? I might test out that gray singer. I might do a video of how far can my so-called life take a gray singer. All right. I definitely need a new chair though. I definitely need a new chair. I love the Golden Girls chair, but it's so gaudy and huge. I need something where I can maneuver around this room. All right. Give me one quick second. All right. This hat is so sweaty because it's nothing but buckram. I'm like extra shiny wearing this hat. It gets the greenhouse effect going, so it's nice and hot, but it is sweaty. Oh man. Oh, the gray singers are okay, but they have a metal frame. But those are also do twist if you really push them to heavy duty 4+ layers of old style denim seams. I was really wondering about that. Oh, I'm so glad you brought that up, Alibaba. I was watching RuPaul's Drag Race last night, and they still use the gray singers. They had a sewing challenge last night on RuPaul's Drag Race. I have made this argument many times. I've said this a bunch of times. If there is somebody who walks into a room and says, "Hey, I can't sew," when they say, "Hey, I can't sew," and then there's a sewing challenge and they walk out on the runway with $1 million dress, they had assistance. So all I'm saying is they get help on these shows. And it's crazy to me because they don't give credit to the people who are actually making these outfits. And even last night I was talking to my friend and I was like, I can't believe that they don't give credit to the people who actually make these outfits. But they were using gray singers and it made me laugh. They must have one heck of a contract. Because they use them in So Fierce, which is a Canadian show, and they also stopped using them on Project Runaway. So it's just really weird to me what they do and don't do. When I have too many layers, I use a hammer to flatten them, especially if I need to use the serger on it. I have vice grips. I have workbench vice grips where if I really need to put something together, I'll put it on my grips on my workbench. That's not a bad idea either, though. Joy, I might use that idea. Clapper. Oh, that's not a bad idea at all. All right. Let me start cleaning up a little bit. I need to clear all this junk, get my sewing machine ready. Mm. Is that cheating? Did I use navy thread? It's close enough to black and no one's ever gonna see it underneath. For some reason, my local Walmart for the longest time they did not have the Coates and Clark spools that were black. They were only navy blue. So I used navy blue for a lot of projects because I have miles of navy blue and I do not necessarily want to bust out my giant spool of black thread yet. This is a giant spool that I bought at a mega sewing store in downtown Los Angeles, but I don't want to bust this out yet. Like this is a never-ending spool of thread. Shoot, I should bust it out actually. And then there's a hump jumper to level the pressure. I've made my own hump jumpers. Hump jumper sounds like something you get put on probation where I live. Yeah, I've done that as well. Awesome. All right. You know, there are certain terms that are not readily available to me. So, like I said, bumble bunching, and a lot of people did not know what that was. And it was weird to me because I grew up around people that said that word, but it just means that your sewing machine is bunching underneath, or you're just sewing and not paying attention to what's going on. Oh, that's hilarious. The clothes I sew just use whatever thread matches the fabric best. I like using a darker thread. I have thread of all different types of color. I said on a whim during I believe it was during the pandemic. It may or may not have been. I purchased this outrageous thing on Amazon of 400 spools, not realizing what 400 spools was. And they were like normal size, but I have 400. I've used a lot of them, but I still have hundreds of them left. So I try to match the best, but like I have miles of navy blue thread. And so because I went through this weird phase of every time I went to Walmart, I'd buy a couple spools, and now I have a ton of navy blue. Awesome. Instead of who's that Pokemon, we're playing the game of how much is in the bobbin. I think I need to get rid of all these half wound bobbins because I try to run the thread completely out because I try not to waste anything. But what's happening is I have just a graveyard of half wound bobbins in front of me. All right. Perfect. I have quite a lot of work to do this evening after the live stream. Like I'm sewing a light blue and gold fabric now, and she sent me beige to use. Oh, okay. Miles of thread is not a bad thing. True. Thread is cheap. Thread is still affordable. I'm buying it like they're gonna raise the price or something. It makes me laugh. So am I. Oh, I needed that. I needed that. Ollie. Do you know what's funny? In the early days, in my old videos, whenever a sewing machine was missing pieces, I would be like, you know what? I'm missing pieces too, and that's okay. That's okay. I used to always say that. I'd be like, or this thing has a squeaky joint. You know what? So do I. Aw. All right, let me bring down my mannequin. I got my sewing machine threaded and ready to go. I've got long bobbins with more than 7 different colors on them. That's awesome. All right. And that is not a good thing. Oh. My sewing book collection is growing. And I've really been reading Sewing for Dummies. It is it's actually a really informative book. It's hilarious. It shouldn't they should have changed the name because it's an extremely informative book. But it's neither here or there. A pain to get all that off. Use a razor. Of course, all grease. Yeah, they are greasy. You guys, you're totally reminding me of like once, I don't know, every 2 weeks, my vacuum will stop working. And I'm like, what's wrong? Man, I need to take a picture. It is a kaleidoscope of thread. Or whatever project I was using, it is that color. All right, perfect. Perfect. All right. I love that. Every time I take this down, I'm like, I love this coat. There's a reason why this thing's in this room. But I do love repeating myself, but I do wear this all the time. A good butter knife with a straighted edge could get in there too. Anything that would just give it a good slice, you know. Uh, oh. All right. I'm gonna start adding the arms on. Let me check the chat. Sometimes, not all the time, but I don't chance it. I have done damage before. No, I totally understand, Ollie. I totally understand on that front. My hubby has tremors. He can't use a screwdriver too well. I totally understand that. Oh, I can't believe I got this far. Do you know, with this material, I'm wondering what iron setting I should use because this is more of like a sporty material, if you know what I'm saying. Like you could make a pair of joggers, not to get British on you. You could make a pair of pants out of these. And they have that weird athletic ripple to it. I can't even explain it because I need to learn the lingo, but it has that look to it. Perfect. Sorry, I'm trying to line this up and it's flopping all over the place. It might help with the length, actually. Perfect. This is that moment where I'm trying to. Oh, man. This is one of those material. It is jumping, so I have to pin it closer and closer. There we go. Sometimes he can't hold his coffee cup very well due to shaking. My grandfather had Parkinson's, so I completely understand. Oh, come on. There we go. This is not lining up well. There we go. I went for a different material because the red shirts, although on the show they were the same material, in the newer shows, it's more of a mesh. And I kind of like the way it looks. And it's when I say newer shows, I mean like the Chris Pine spin-offs. Which, as somebody who constantly harps on remakes, I really wasn't against the Chris Pine remake. It's weird. It's funny that way. Okay. So, excuse me as I line up this bottom piece. This is not wanting to play. There we go. There's the fold I'm looking for. Perfect. Perfect. Once I have my pin in place, I can maneuver around that. Okay. So that shows me that the dimensions are perfect on this shirt. I want to thank everybody who's still here and chose to spend their Saturday night with me. You are absolutely amazing. My name is William. This is my so-called life, and I'm obsessed with Star Trek. I lured everybody in, and now I'm just going to talk about Star Trek every week. And no, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But I'm making a red shirt right now, and I have another Starfleet insignia patch. Should I make the Doctor's shirt? They were like powdered blue. I call it 1960s powdered blue. But should I go for all the branches that were on the ship? Perfect. All right. And if it wasn't for the A word, I would have forgot there was hockey on. Perfect. This material is not wanting to line up necessarily, so I'm really messing with it. There we go. To be honest, I never really liked Star Trek. I didn't watch it. I think it's because I grew up a kid around people who watched it and people who were obsessed with it. Like when the Next Generation came out, every week my family would sit down and watch the show every week together as a family. So I think, I got indoctrinated young. Star Trek, especially the Next Generation. The older series, I love how it is. But you know what it is? I also love the overacting, the hokiness, the bad acting, especially as the years went on. William Shatner talked like this more. Amazing, absolutely amazing stuff. All right. get that in there. Perfect. Like I said, when it comes to the arms, I have to make sure that the underneath is pinned because that's like one of the most important pieces. Beautiful. Okay, let's start sewing. Let me move this. I forgot I have like I have notes and all kinds of books and like I'm trying to teach myself how to draft and all kinds of fun stuff. Yay! Hello. Hello, Happy Maker. I like the old series too. Yay! I like the old Batman too. Yay! Hello, Happy Maker. I was in love. I still watch the movies. If I always say I'm in a show hole. It's because I fall into these series and then I'm like, what should I watch? I'm rewatching Deep Space Nine right now. I also, because I'm a geek, I have when I was a kid, I used to get Columbia House, and as the years went on, all the original series VHS that I didn't have, I started buying them at thrift stores. So I have an extensive original series VHS collection, an extensive collection. All right, yay! You know what's funny? I need to fix my mic. Do you know what's funny, Joy? Is they've been showing Morgan Mindy on TV here, and they were showing all the episodes where Mork was on Happy Days when Robin Williams found Ron Howard. I sat there and I watched that episode in just confusion. And just pure, I just sat there and I was like, wow, this is a crossover I never knew happened. But I just watched that episode not 2 days ago. And I saw Robin Williams on Happy Days. I stopped everything I was doing in here and I turned it up and I watched it. He abducted Richie Cunningham. Oh, what a good show. What a good show. And then I watched the episode 2 where Richie was in the hospital and the Fonz was crying, and I'm like, this is deep. This is deep. You know, I don't know if it's because of syndication, but I watched all the early episodes. So the later episodes are still kind of new to me. A lot of the newer of the later episodes and everything leading up to Joni Loves Chachi. I didn't see any of that. Oh, Mark started on Happy Days. Oh, to have a chair with wheels. That's what I'm going through, Joy. That is what I'm going through right now. I miss it. But the other night, I was sitting in here and I was tired. And this chair is a recliner. I was watching hockey and I leaned back and I'm like, I don't know if I want to get rid of this chair yet. It's just so comfortable. I can sit back and just fall in this chair. Absolutely. I am struggling with this chair. It's a love situation because if I do get rid of it, it's going to go in the living room to join the other one. I have a matching chair because they were they were on sale at the Goodwill for $2 or $3, and I bought this one and I went back and bought the other one and they upped the price. So I bought one for $3 and the other one for $5. All right. I'm trying not to jump a bunch of steps ahead because I want to add the patch on this. but I need to sew the arms on first. All right, make sure it's a single stitch. I have been all over the place, so I do have to check the stitch on this to make sure that I haven't changed it or anything. Yay! Perfect. Beautiful. Oh, don't tell me the bobbin ran out immediately. Oh, it just, I'm using half wound bobbins. That's the problem. All right, we'll try this one. Oh, I might have to wind a bobbin. This is just a mess over here. Okay. This is why you should always check. You know, I was literally talking about that not 20 minutes ago about how I'm sitting in front of a bunch of half wound bobbins. I need to wind one. All right. Perfect. I should have known. I should have known that that was going to happen because everything was happening way too perfect. All right. Luckily, this takes the exact same cord as my baby lock. Yeah, absolutely, Ollie. Absolutely. All right. Okay, now I just have to find the box. Okay, good. There it is. Perfect. All right, that was a bit of a side quest, but I'm ready to go. Let's rethread this again. We'll try to take off one more time. Sadly, my baby lock was not fixed after being in repair shop for 3 months. That's the worst. I'm so sorry, Happy Maker. I'm thinking about putting my Husqvarna in a shop because I miss it so much. That was like the flagship machine I had in here. I still laugh when I see it in old videos because I used it so much. I'm sorry, your machine didn't get fixed. Seriously, how much is one of those old spool bobbins? Use it on an arm. Thanks, Happy Maker. Have they ever said what the matter was? Absolutely. Because after 3 months, I would be like, okay, well, what's the problem? You know? Especially after 3 months. Let's try that again. It's about 20 years old. They're having problems getting parts. Oh, that's the worst. You would think, you know what the funny thing is? You would think they'd be able to get parts for something that's 20 years old. At least like in my mind, that would be an easier thing to do because like I get Singer parts on Amazon all the time, but they were like massive produced. But I would think like something from 20 years ago is easy to find. But I'm probably dead wrong, you know. I'm probably way wrong. Oh, that's perfect. All right, let's see if that made it all the way around. Beautiful, beautiful. Oh man, I just have endless spools hanging around and they're clogging up space. All right. But even after getting a new bobbin case for it, they said the tension was still not right. They wanted to go deeper in the machine than fix the tension. They kept adding to the repair price. Oh, that bothers me with sewing machines and cars. When anything like that happens with a car, I cannot handle it. When they just keep on saying, "Oh, this and this," and they add the more and more to the price. Oh, I totally understand what you're going through. Does that mean because I find a lot of dishonest people in the automotive world. Does that mean there's a lot of dishonest people in the sewing world? I've really wondered about that because fixing a machine is pretty straightforward, but I could totally see someone just adding and adding and adding prices to it. Oh, that just makes me angry hearing that. Oh, right. No. Oh, don't get caught up. What are you caught on? Perfect. Of course, it's like one little space that needs to be. Oh, right. Oh man, there's always that one little piece. Okay. Hopefully that fixed the problem. Let me check the arm one more time. So I told them not to continue. Totally understandable. I really liked the machine when it worked. It gave me a good 20 years. That's so awesome. There's sure a lot of problems. There sure is a lot of problem people in fix shops. I did not know that. Do you know I because I fixed them on my own with my Husqvarna, it's the first time I've reached an impasse that I can't fix, so I'm gonna need help with it. I was only out $45. If I let them continue the repairs, it would have been over 3. Okay, yeah, that's crazy. Wow, I'm so sorry that happened. I am so sorry that happened. See, that's what I was worried about with my Viking. I want to ship it away, but I don't want them to be like, "Oh, this and this and this happened to it." Is there like a 1-day repair shop? Oh, I'm so sorry that happened to you. All right, let me find my pin cushion before I. All right, almost done with this sleeve, and then I'm gonna figure out how to add a patch on here without flash frying the thing and burning it. Okay, pull that pin. That pin flew. Okay. Perfect. All right, let's check and see if the arm is on. Oh, I can fix that. I can fix that. Okay. This is the strangest material. I'm going to have to show you what it is in a minute. Okay, let me make sense of this really quick. It's always the, oh, okay. I see what's going on. It's always the last piece that gives you drama. There we go. Perfect. All right, let me get the. Okay, perfect. Let me check to make sure, see if there's any daylight. I wish I was mechanically inclined. I know all about motors. I know all kinds of things, but I reach impasses all the time. Like I said on my Viking, it's now to the point where I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do to fix the thing. So I'm just gonna have to let it sit there for a minute or take it to a professional shop. I found one downtown, but after hearing what you said, it's making me very cautious. Because my machine is very, that is like very important to me. All right. Now it's time for patch placement. This is actually the fun part. So we have a red shirt. Now it's time to add the Starfleet insignia on here. Let me unplug that, turn that off, give myself some more space. I'm going to bring the ironing board out actually. I have to check for Starfleet standard issue real quick. I know it's on the right side, I believe, or it's on the left side. I have to check now. All right. It's on the left side. All right. I'm actually going to leave that there for a second to remind myself of what side it sits on. All right, let me clean up a little bit in here. You're really making me think, Happy Maker, about sending my machine off. Or I should say, who I'm going to send my machine off to. Perfect. All right. Me enough space for my ironing board. I have a ton of sewing machines over here. There's going to be a massive cleaning this evening. And of course, my bag. All right, we got all of that. Let's see, let's make sure I know which one's the front. That's definitely the front. Let me get my patch. Oh, this is going to look amazing. This is going to look absolutely amazing. I'm a geek, so I want to keep the packaging. So I'm going to carefully cut the plastic off of this. There we go. These are great for bookmarks too. Like, I'm not going to just keep this for like, hoarding sake. I'm going to use this for a bookmark. Perfect. Oh, that's funny. They have this CBS. The CBS tag is in the glue. Never skip your moment to be for corporate greed, I guess. Oh, that's gonna look awesome. You know what? Given the condition that it is in, I'm just gonna get my iron and start ironing. Let me switch angles real quick. But I've been having success today with my iron, so we're going to see how this goes. I'm going to plug my iron in on my table now that I think about it. Should have plugged it in a minute ago, but I still love this thing. Thank you, Alibaba. Thank you. You know, it makes me laugh. I don't know why it's taking me this long to make Star Trek clothing. The packaging is great when making junk journals. I keep too much packaging too. You know what? I didn't think about that because I journaled for 15 years. I scrapbooked for a very long time. And so that's a really good idea because I have a ton of Star Trek 50th anniversary stuff that I want to keep. That's a really good idea. It's totally an official product. You know what's funny? The other ones that I have may not be. But this one came fully licensed with all the packaging and everything. Okay, let's let that warm up. That's the one thing I love about this iron, that it warms up fairly fast. I keep on trying journaling, never could stick with it. I started when I was young and I've trailed off, but I journaled for a solid 15 years. And it's a good thing to see the progression in your life, in your writing. It really helped me out in my life. I should start journaling again. Honestly, like the red color looked too orange on the sewing machine cam, but not this cam. You know what's really funny is that camera is the expensive one, and this one is the cheap camera. I don't journal. I just like making journals and give them to people. That's awesome. That is awesome. And besides the gold uniform, it looks good. Thank you. Thank you. My daughter likes to write. I love it. Expression is an amazing thing. I think we don't teach that enough to people. Like, it's okay, to express yourself in writing. I'm still laughing how a cover brought this 40 something year old ironing board back to life. Just putting a cover on it brought it back to its glory days where I could use it all the time. All right, let me check really quick so I don't make any hardcore mistakes. Perfect. Let me check one more. Let me move my golden girl chair. Oh, I'm gonna have fun with this one. I'm still gonna go to Vasquez Rocks. I think people are gonna trip out seeing me run around wearing a red shirt at Vasquez Rocks. Oh, I'm just obsessively checking before I grab the iron because you know the saying, measure twice, cut once. And this is a really strange material, so I'm scared of burning. I'm really scared of burning through. So I'm gonna put that on top. The iron is heating up fairly fast. All right. Now is the moment of truth. We're just going to iron this thing on and see where it ends up. Mm, there we go. Because I really do not know what this material is, I'm trying to not put the iron on. I have it on the medium setting because really I just have to catch the glue in the back, and I kind of already did. So it's already sticking. I'm gonna give it a minute though, because you never know what the adhesive on the back of these patches. This one was an official licensed product. They usually have more glue on the back, but you never know. But this material is actually turning out easy to iron, so that's a good sign. Beautiful. Oh, that's perfect. And it's smoking. I know you can't see it. Oh, that's perfect. Let me put my iron back. Give it a quick second to cool off. Oh, that's perfect. I shouldn't even iron it more because that's just going to be overkill. The glue is sticking, and that's what's most important. Awesome. So I have not made a collar yet, but I'm going to try this thing on in a minute. Let me grab that. Oh, that's perfect. So far. Oh, did the patch hold? Can it hold up? Yep, it's holding up. So far, so good. Oh, all right. Let me hit the stop cam real quick. Let me put my ironing board back and we're going to see how this fits. Oh, this is going to be awesome. All right. Let me get my phone. There we go. The red shirt reveal. Oh, that's hilarious. Once again, I have stuck true to the thumbnail. All right, let me move a couple things around. Move my Golden Girls chair. I stayed on brand and made the arms too long. Oh, that's glorious. All right. Stardate, I don't know. I don't trust the captain on this one. He's asking me to go on an away mission, but I don't think I should this time. Captain Sewing is a bit kooky. He's known in the Touch and Sew region as the conqueror of Touch and Sew. Oh, you are so not beaming back to the ship. Oh, the caller does need a little bit of help on this, but I'm in love. Red shirts never die. I think that's a punk band. I really think that's a band. But once again, I love how this came out. The cut. I need to take my glasses off because I can't see. The cut, everything. The neck needs a little bit, leaves a little bit to be desired, but I love how this came out. Thank you, Nanu. I am definitely not being beamed back to the ship on this one. Once again, I love how this came out. Awesome. I think the arms keep on getting longer. I'm on the emo division of the red shirts. Let me give it a quick tuck. Here, I'll tuck it into this shirt. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. So what is the flaggy thing you were going to make? I was going to make another Klingon flag. Thank you, Happy Maker. Thank you very much. I was going to make another Klingon flag. I changed the color scheme because I didn't necessarily the original color scheme kind of made me feel uncomfortable. So I changed it and I fell in love with the colors that I came up with. All right, let me unplug the iron. That's the beautiful thing about this thing is that I just take it off its base and it cools off. All right. Perfect. Now I can sit down. I had that hot iron sitting right in front of my desk. Beautiful. A Klingon flag. Let me grab my thank you. Once again, this came out. I haven't finished the collar like last time, but I love how this came out. I absolutely love the red shirt is killing me right now. It's making me laugh so hard. Never in my life did I think I'd be wearing a red shirt ever, ever in the history of ever. Red shirts. Reporting as ordered. Awesome. Let me grab my other coat. This is a Klingon flag. And so I'm going to make another one. I made a video where I made I made 4, I believe, 3 or 4 Klingon flags. And I think it's time to revive. I think it's time to revise my Klingon flags and bring them back. Oh, this shirt is glorious. Oh man, this shirt makes me want to hide on the Enterprise. Do you know what's funny? Someone I absolutely love used to say, you never want to live in Metropolis. You don't want to live in Gotham City. You don't want to serve on the Enterprise. Like all these ships seem cool, but how come all the crazy stuff happens to those people? Awesome. Absolutely awesome. Well, the red shirt kills them all. It's all stuff from Star Trek, Joy. It's fun stuff to sew. It's just absolutely fun. Like, I'm constantly looking for fun projects, fun things. This is awesome. I used to always say, like, I will never be one of those guys wearing a uniform to the grocery store. I'd wear this to the grocery store. Let me see if it fits my hat. Oh, there we go. I have my outfit for the grocery store ready to go. Oh, have I finally reached that age, the age of ascension or what, where I don't care? Oh, that is still to this day. I am disappointed that I'm not on People of Walmart. I dress like Willie Nelson. I wear a cowboy hat. I see people taking pictures of me. Every once in a while, I cruise People of Walmart, and I'm still disappointed that I am not on that. Add the chaps. I do have red chaps. I would be that kind of ensign. I would be ensign red chaps. That would be me. They'd be like, how'd that guy get on this ship? Oh, that's ensign red chaps. Maybe you might make it out alive. Maybe not. Oh, great times. This is why I do this. This is why. It's for moments like this. I love the red shirt. Let me grab my phone. Of course, it's right here. But this is why I do this, because I absolutely love these moments. Can't do it, Captain. I would be holding on to my bunk like I'm not going anywhere. I heard the reputation around here. Oh. Oh, you know what? As a matter of fact, if I was a red shirt, I would be like, I want to serve on the Lexington. I do not want to serve on the Enterprise. Oh, awesome, awesome. Well, I'm gonna call this a full successful Saturday night. We went full Elvis. 2 sewing machines. We forget about my Bobby Brown shirt because that was 3 hours ago. But I rocked my Bobby Brown shirt. Today was definitely eventful. It's pouring out there. I can definitely hear it pouring outside now. Okay, do your best, Scotty. I can't. I can't. I'm so terrible at accents that it's insulting. Thank you, Joy. I got a lot of sewing done today. I was surprised because I started at like 1 in the afternoon. I got a lot done today. If I didn't procrastinate, I'd probably get way more done. I love this. This is an utter and complete success. I'll be back at it maybe tomorrow. I've been taking Sundays off, but everybody should go watch Phoenix's channel. She does Stitch and Beat every single Sunday. Definitely go check out Phoenix. Um I love this shirt. I would go driving around right now, but I'm scared of what would happen to me. uh Thank you. Thank you, Alibaba. You just need to start. You know, it's really funny. I always say that when people are like, I'm overwhelmed, I tell them, just start somewhere. Pick a corner, you know. Especially people come to me because they know I'm a hoarder, and I tell them, like, you have to start in a section. I even did that today. I gave myself time. I said, all right, I'm going to start in like an hour. And then I started and I just, didn't stop. Oh, this is perfect. Absolutely perfect. Pulled over that shirt. No shoes. Treadle in the trunk bed. The trunk bed. So true. No, I brought that out. I brought that. The metal frame is now sitting in my middle closet because I didn't want it to sit in my truck. Plus, man, I make some brutal left turns. I didn't want that thing to sloshing around in the back. Half a taco on the passenger. Man, I hope it's half a taco. I need to break my burger habit. But this is why I'm here. I absolutely appreciate everybody who watches my live streams. You guys are awesome. And I always say this, and I'm not saying it's cliche, but you helped me make this channel. So I thank everybody. This is awesome. This red shirt is going to go take this victory and run away while he's still around. Remember, when wearing a red shirt, always hide and never volunteer to go on the away mission. I want to thank everybody who's watching. I'll be back at it on Monday for sure. I hope everybody has a great rest of their weekend. To everybody who watches this in the future, I see you. You are amazing. And I thank every single one of you. You guys are clutch. You come through and watch my streams, and you watch it for more than an hour or two. You guys are awesome. He's still around. Absolutely. Yeah, thank you. Oh, wow. Wow, thank you. Really? Oh, wow. Awesome, awesome. Well, I'll be back at it on Monday, not wearing a red shirt. Thank you so much to everybody. I truly do appreciate all of you. So I'll be back at it. You guys are absolutely awesome. I'll be back at it on Monday for sure. Like I always say, reinforce your seams, be yourself, and you guys are, oh man, it's really starting to rain. I'll see you guys on Monday. I hope everybody has a great rest of their weekend. Reinforce your seams, be yourself. Oh, that's right. Live long and prosper. See you next time. Thanks, Joy.